It is the full moon in Capricorn. The full moon in Capricorn. I'm actually excited about this because this full moon in Capricorn is transiting my 6th house, which talks about my everyday life. And we're going to get into that as well. But before I get into the tarot and oracle reading to see how this full moon in Capricorn is going to affect us, I figured, why not talk about astrology and incorporate it in tarot? And talk about divining, because that's what I love. That's what I'm into. That's what I'm passionate about. And why can't we put two things together? So for a few minutes, I'm going to be talking about this full moon and how we can work with it and what to expect and how to know of how this full moon is going to play a factor for the next 2 weeks in our lives. Because I'll touch base really quick on the full moon in Capricorn on an astrological level. And then for the majority of this reading, I'm going to pull some cards and see what to expect. I'm going to make the reading very, very simple. We're going to be looking into what is it that needs to be released? What is it going to be revealed to you? And what are we transforming with this full moon in Capricorn as a collective? Before I start talking about the full moon in Capricorn, some quick announcements. I am always accepting personal readings unless otherwise. So if you go to the links in the description box, there's links there. Go to the community tab. I post there as well. Head over to my other socials. I post there as well. I want this community to grow. I want you guys to communicate, engage with me. And to be honest with you guys, I've been peeping the engagement, so I'm here for it. I do talk back. I do respond back. I will be responding to emails and DMs. Like I've said in other readings, I'm not AI. I'm just one person, but I'm going to get to all of it. But yeah. Now, that's out the way. Full moon in Capricorn vibes. There's 4 things that I want all of us to look into whenever there's a moon, because the moon has different phases. The first thing I think we need to pay attention to is the moon phase. The moon is constantly changing phases all the time. Okay, it's from the full moon to a new moon to a new moon to a full moon. It is waning and waxing. So whenever the moon is waning, it is going towards the new moon. And whenever the moon is waxing, it is going towards a full moon. And right now, the moon is waxing. And by Saturday, it should be in its full moon phase where it is so big that we cannot avoid it. Go outside, whether it's during the day or the night, you're going to see that full moon. So with that being said, whenever you work with a moon energy or you're inquisitive, you want to know a little bit more, I would say first pay attention to the phase because that plays a factor in that. With this being a full moon, full moons can be worked 2 ways, just like new moons can be worked 2 ways. Full moons are perfect for celebrating accomplishments, achievements, goals, anything that has come to fruition. A lot of times I'll look at the full moon and say to myself, this is a great time to celebrate, go out, have dinner. It's a good time to sit with yourself and just bask in what has worked for you, especially when you put your intentions to something and you're like, okay, I can see the results. It's here. Full moon is a time, like I would say, to eat. Okay, it's a time to dance. It's a good vibe. Now, for some people, we're not on that vibe. Full moons are great for releasing what is no longer aligned with whatever it is that you're working on, whatever you're intentional about, whatever your desires are. Full moons is also a great time to say it was fun. We did party, we did celebrate, we did enjoy, we did dance, we did eat, we did sit back and, thank God for all that has come to fruition. But now let's get back to business. What is it that we are no longer taking with us in the next phase of our life? Even if the next phase was, literally a week ago, or it's, is there something new coming in? What is it that we're going to create boundaries? We're going to put restrictions. We're going to detach, disassociate from. What is it that we're changing? What is it that we no longer want to partake in, engage, entertain in, because it is either a hindrance to whatever we're working on, or it's just a burden. It's not in alignment. Full moons are perfect. Full moons are perfect for releasing, for sure. So that's why I say tip number one, look into the phase of the moon, because the phase plays a factor in how things are changing around you. And it'll give you a better idea of what's going on. Okay? Now, the second tip when it comes to moon energy is to be mindful of the effect that it has on us. The moons change, in case y'all didn't know, the moon changes zodiac signs every 2 to 3 days, 3 days max. 2 to 3 days, the moon is changing zodiac signs. But from the time the full moon takes place and the new moon takes place, there's a 2-week period. So within that 2-week period, the moon is changing phases and the moon is changing zodiac signs. But these full moons and these new moons have a lingering effect on us for those 2 weeks. So the second tip that I would say is be mindful that even though the moon is phasing in and out in different, like waxing and waning and all that, and going through different zodiac signs, that's why when people say you're moody, that's that moon always changing, always. Cancer placements, they get it, okay? But keep in mind that the new moon and the full moon, super moons, those type of moons have a more lingering, they linger more than these phases that are constantly changing within that 2-week period. So just be mindful. And I say all this to say, this is why I like doing full moon and new moon readings, because you can look at these readings, you can watch these readings and say, okay, for the last 2 weeks, this is how it has actually been affecting me or affecting my life or the area of my life, which is why I'm going to go into tip number 3 when working with the moon. Now, I mentioned earlier that the moon changes zodiac signs every 2 to 3 days. So with that being said, when we are working with the full, the new moon, or any kind of moon phase, we want to pay attention to where this moon is affecting us the most. If you listened earlier, I mentioned that this full moon in Capricorn is in my 6th house. I have Capricorn in the 6th house. Shout out to the Leo risings. I have Capricorn in the 6th house. So look at it this way. Imagine you taking this full moon and just dropping it in your 6th house. So look, if you are hip to the knowledge of your house placements, where is Capricorn? Where is Capricorn at? That will also help you pin down and pinpoint how this full moon is going to be affecting you the most for the next 2 weeks until we are dealing with a new moon. Okay. Also, it wouldn't hurt to also look at your natal placements and see what natal placements do I have in the sign the moon is in. For example, I have Uranus, I have Neptune, and I have North Node. I'm trying to think if I have any other Capricorn placements. I don't believe so. So the moon is conjunct, meaning they're really close. Means close, like I'm your neighbor. Hey, how you doing? So the moon is right by Neptune. The moon is right by Uranus and my North Node, which is a big deal. If you watch my career, purpose, and finance reading, go there if you want some insight on your North Node journey. But yeah, this can also play a factor in how the full moon will be affecting you as well. That's why I say this full moon in Capricorn is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing for the next 2 weeks, how will this full moon affect me on my North Node journey? What's going on in my everyday life in my 6th house, and how that full moon in Capricorn will be affecting me in that aspect as well. The 4th tip that I would say piggybacks on tip number 3 about the zodiac sign. Look into the zodiac sign and just take note of what that zodiac sign represents. This full moon is in Capricorn, and this is an earth sign. So one of the first things that I feel as far as speed, time, progression, results, is that I'm taking note of is that Capricorn is an earth sign, right? As I said, that's all 10 on the timer. Capricorn is the earth sign. So if you're looking for results, change, progression, know that this full moon in Capricorn is talking about like gradual change. You know, if this was like an Aries moon, then we can expect a lot of action-oriented energy happening where you're doing shit, you're getting shit done, you're knocking things off your to-do list. Capricorn doesn't move as fast as Aries energy, for example, or doesn't absorb information and then spit it out and apply it like Gemini, which is ruled by one of the fastest planet, Mercury. So the first thing I'm thinking to myself is Capricorn is Earth, Earth is slow. So if you're looking for results, know that this full moon is all about progression, gradual progression. Another thing when I think about Capricorn is that Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is also about doing things the right way, doing things with structure, doing things with discipline, doing things in order. It also represents karmic energy. So if you do right, you get a good reward. If you do wrong, you deal with, you know, karma in that sense. So whenever I think of Capricorn, other than the fact that it's Earth and it's Saturn energy, I also think about how Capricorn is notoriously known for being the GOAT, the greatest of all time, because Capricorn is just, they're consistent and they aim to be the best of the best. So this energy of being like dedicated, focused, driven, consistent, being gradual with everything, not being impulsive. This is where, you know, when it comes to where Capricorn is in your chart, where you can see where you're wanting to work hard. You're wanting to, you know, do things the right way, or you're feeling like Saturn is telling you to do things the right way. So sometimes, depending on where you are in your life and how you're handling, like for instance, Saturn's going to give you constructive criticism. Saturn's going to say, do it again, do it right. This may be a place where people might struggle with that constructive criticism, with that order, with that structure, with that discipline. And so this may be an area where people may be dealing with receiving good or bad karma due to their actions, due to their willpower. One last thing that I would say when I think about Capricorn, and this is all coming off the top of my head, is that Capricorn rules the 10th house of your public reputation, your status, big businesses, the government, career. So again, Capricorn energy brings that energy wherever it is in your chart. Okay, so this full moon in Capricorn could definitely be talking about how are you presented into the world? How do you present yourself to the world? How do people talk about you? This could also be a full moon that focuses on your career. It can talk about you making decisions regarding business, making money moves. It can talk about the government, taxes. It can talk about the law, the judicial system in a sense when we're talking about 10th house. So that's a little bit, on the Capricorn energy. With that being said, I think I covered all the tips. I think the 4 tips is number 1, and this might be in the right order. Number 1, the moon, the new moons and the full moons, super moons, that kind of vibe has a 2-week effect on this. Number 2, we need to pay attention to the moon phase. This is a full moon. Number 3, we need to look into our natal charts. Where is the zodiac sign of that moon in our natal charts? House placements and natal placements. And 4, we need to look into the actual zodiac sign. That's the vibe that moon is going to bring to us. So now that that's out the way, let's get into the reading. Full moon in Capricorn, baby. Full moon in Capricorn. Let's see what messages are for you guys. I want to look into the overall vibe, and then after that, I wanted to look at what is it that we need to release as a collective, what is it that's going to be revealed to us, and then also what is going to be transforming. If I had time, then I would definitely do advice. I'll do advice. Full moon in Capricorn. I think it's going to be a great moon for those that have been working their ass off, especially, with Capricorn energy. These are hard workers, dedicated workers. So, shout out to those that will be celebrating milestones that are being reached with this full moon in Capricorn. If you feel like, there are milestones that I've reached, there's nothing really major going on, I would encourage you guys to reflect on, where you've been the last 2 weeks down to, last season in spring, last season of winter. What progression have you seen, versus like looking at every single day? Look at it from a broader level. Look at it from a bigger picture. Stand back and reflect and be like, wait, I've come a long way. Because Capricorn, like I said, they gradually progress. So you're not going to see quick results, really quick. So reflect over time. That's what I would encourage you guys to do. Okay, so we have guilt. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. I think this is actually answering one of the questions regarding this full moon in Capricorn. What is it that we need to release? And I think this is an obvious statement that we need to release guilt. We need to release guilt. And also, too, I'm looking at these colors. We have red, orange, purple, and blue. This could be talking about your root, sacral, crown, third eye, or throat chakra. That's for those that hit to chakra knowledge. So, wow. You know what this makes me feel? Like energetically, what I'm feeling, and intuitively what I'm feeling is Capricorn energy, it tends to be really hard on themselves. Let's keep it a buck, okay? Capricorn are notoriously known for being the greatest of all time because they understand hard work pays off. But this doesn't excuse some of the good and bad that comes. Every zodiac sign has the good and bad, the light and the shadow side of them. Capricorns can be one of the most hardest, judgmental, critical people. They could be their harshest critic. And I feel like with this guilt energy, that this full moon in Capricorn is going to shine light that if you feel guilty for any decisions that you made in the past, any choices that you made in the past, your behavior, anything that, like any regrets, it's time to release that. And that can all look like guilt. Like, I feel bad because I didn't, or I regret this and that. Like, this full moon in Capricorn is really going to encourage the collective to let go of the things that they still carry on their backs, that they are hard on themselves about. Now that I think about it, I wonder if I need to do this. I release any beliefs that no longer assist in my soul's growth. This is indicating that the collective is growing. But in order to evolve past your past is we have to release any beliefs, any limited beliefs, any self-sabotaging beliefs, any harsh beliefs about ourselves. So this answered one of the questions. I'm still going to pull for what is it as a collective we need to release. But yeah, I'm going to also pull an angel number. I love working with angels, and see what other messages do they have for us regarding the full moon in Capricorn. Full moon and Capricorn. Wait. I'm gonna leave the ones that fell on the ground and put them back in here, but I am gonna keep the one that actually landed on the table. We have angel number 1313. Clarity. I love that this full moon is going to bring clarity to, like, maybe the things, because when I think about clarity, I immediately think of the conscious. I think of the mind, right? A lot of times our judgments can be clouded. A lot of times we can be confused or indecisive. So this full moon in Capricorn could definitely shine light on anything that you're doing on a conscious and or mental level. I mean, I feel like those come hand in hand, that are preventing you from evolving to the next phase in your life. Even says on this affirmation, loving energy surrounds me. And I trust that the clarity I feel is the answer I need. You have weathered the storm, and now the sky is clearing. The storm has clouds. This feels like clouded judgment. When we judge people, or especially when we judge ourselves, we tend to that tends to be followed with guilt as well. Especially because I'm picking up that some of us may judge ourselves to the point that we might be oblivious that we play a significant role in our self-sabotage. The clarity with this guilt is definitely shining light on you and how guilt, judgment, criticism is actually hindering you from moving on. But for some of you guys, you've already been working on this already. And so that is indicating that things are starting to become more clear for you. The sun is coming from all these clouds. But I do feel like there's clouded energy right now. Okay, let me look into what is it that we need to release with this full moon in Capricorn. As a collective, what is it that we need to release? I'm using one of my favorite tarot decks. I use this for the ancestor picture card reading that I did. And I typically use this tarot card deck for myself, but I felt called to use it today. Full moon in Capricorn. What is it the collective needs to release? I'm picking up judgment. I'm picking up arguments. And that's not to say everybody is judging everybody, but there is a judgmental spirit here. That's for sure. That's not to say that everyone's going back and forth or anything like that, but maybe this is an internal thing, because guilt can be internal and clarity is a mental and conscious thing that you're going to be gaining or are currently gaining now. So this could be, arguing with yourself internally, judging yourself. What is it that the collective needs to release, Spirit? Okay, I'm a cherry pick. Ooh, we have the Knight of Cups. And look at that full moon there. I'm going to pull two more for what is it that we need to release. Wow, we have the Page of Pentacles. The Knight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. And one more. We have the Four of Pentacles. I love how the Pentacles are coming out because of this Earth full moon vibe. Four of Pentacles is security. You know what I'm getting with this Knight of Cups is that someone wants peace. They want harmony. They could have at one point even brought a love offering to some degree. And a love offering could be an apology. A love offering could be, hey, I want to invite you to something, or being nice to somebody, being considerate and mindful of somebody. It could be a reconciliation of some sort. But this Knight of Cups is somebody that does feel deeply, especially because he's outside at night by himself. And even in his hand, it looks like he's presenting some sort of offer. But I think this is something personal with this Knight of Cups. Also, the Knight of Cups is Aquarius and Pisces energy. But with the Page of Pentacles, this feels like an investment. She has offerings in her hands too. Not saying, this is giving offerings too. Both parties have something in their hand that they want to present to somebody. Knight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. When I think about the Page of Pentacles in this reading, about what we need to release, the Page of Pentacles could be someone that's saying, I want to invest in something. I want to sow a seed to something. I want to give you something in exchange for something else that will help me bring money in, or bring something in that I can, that could actually change my life, my lifestyle, my livelihood, how I make money, or how I grow something. But with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, they're talking about releasing something. There's something that someone wants, but I'm hearing do it in a different way. Change. They wanted something to change. This person is very sensitive and very emotional. So, and also Aquarius energy is fixed. So someone could be fixed on how to resolve something or how to present a love offer to somebody. They could be trying to mend something or mend a bridge with somebody with money or an offering. And Spirit could be saying, do it a different way. The Four of Pentacles here is telling me, like, yeah, if someone's trying to win someone over or get something to work in their favor and they're trying to do it through money, the Four of Pentacles is saying, spend your money wisely, make smart business decisions, secure your bag. This could be like, oh, I'm very passionate about this. I want to do this, and I want to sow a seed in this. I want to invest in something with the Page of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles says, no, save your money or spend it wisely, make smart business decisions. And the Four of Pentacles is actually Capricorn energy. So the Knight of Cups could be someone that's doing something with good intent. But Spirit is saying, do something a different way. Do something a different way. Save your money with the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. This could be someone that's extending their arm, like extending something to the next person. And they're like, I know you have a good heart. Even though you may have good intentions, this is Spirit saying that it may be best for you to save, make smart business decisions. Save and make smart business decisions. It almost feels like you are doing something from your heart space. But it's almost as the Spirit saying you're being too nice. But it does feel like your intentions are good. But no, save your money or save your money for an investment in the future. Let's look into what's going to be revealed to you. What's going to be revealed to you? What is going to be revealed to you? What's going to be revealed to the collective? We have the Five of Swords, fear. This is screaming to me the guilt, the clarity. Also, this full moon in Capricorn may be revealing to you your fear for success, your fear for what is all going to be asked of you, your fear of the responsibilities that come with your future plans with the Five of Swords. Yeah, we have the Emperor. This is structure. This is discipline again. What's going to be revealed to you? Why does it feel like the collective is fearful of like a drastic change? The Emperor could represent like a business. It could, because especially we're talking about the Four of Pentacles here. The Emperor can represent a business. It can represent structure. It can represent discipline. It can represent a husband, a manager, someone with authority. But we have the Five of Swords here, where someone's paranoid or they feel some sort of guilt. There's going to be like clarity with that situation as well. Like, where is this fear coming from? It's coming from a job. It's coming from a business. It's coming from, it feels like the big bad wolf or the police, because like the emperor can represent authority in that sense as well. The judge, someone that has like someone's praying on this though with the star, but it feels like some of this guilt or like the lack of clarity came from fear. Fear was clouding your judgment and making you like not sure on what you want to do, or fearful of making a change that could like change your life. Wow, the Two of Cups. So this could have to do with a relationship and or a friendship or like a connection that's really close to you. We have the Five of Swords, the Emperor, and the Two of Cups. This full moon in Capricorn is going to be revealing to you how like maybe there's fear of, or there's a lack of, like, let's say you have a friendship or you're in a relationship where there's some sort of connection that you value. There's a lack of order in that though. So let's say this was a toxic relationship or incompatibility issue, or someone doesn't approve of the relationship, or like society doesn't agree with this, because this Emperor could represent like, because Capricorn represents 10th house of reputation and the judicial system, order, like, and we also were talking about big businesses, 10th house. This could be the judicial system coming in, or the court, or somebody that's like law. They're about law and order. They're about structure coming in, and there could be fear surrounding this. And there could be guilt here too about whatever this fear is. This is spirit revealing to me about this full moon in Capricorn that it's going to be shown to you what was clouding your judgment. What this could be like, even the collective becoming more aware of their guilt that they still have in a relationship. Or this could be, cross watcher, the third party. What is transforming for the collective? The only major arcana so far too that's come out is the Emperor. What is transforming? Ooh, two cards want to come out. The Temperance and the Knight of Swords. The Temperance and the Knight of Swords. There's somebody here, especially with the Emperor and the Knight of Swords right above each other. There's someone here that wants to impose their beliefs, their tradition, their way, while you're just minding your business with the Temperance card. There's somebody that could be just trying to force what they believe on themselves, like they could force their beliefs onto you. With the Knight of Swords, they want you to go one way, but I see somebody here that is working on themselves. So the transformation is something that's happening internally. And the Knight of Swords says, do it this way. Let me pull one more. There's something about that whole dynamic is going to change. someone wants to, okay, so the Knight of Cups earlier on what you need to release is somebody that wants to bring a love offer, and Spirit was saying do it a different way. Then we have the Page of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles that was talking about save your money, make a smart business decision. This could also be about protecting your heart. Stop giving, because there's somebody here that ignites fear and makes somebody feel guilty about something, and they want somebody to be a certain way. We have the Hangman. Wow. So what's this? Okay, this is two different energies. We have the Temperance and we have the Hangman, which is like being still and being present at the same time, and like acknowledging what God is trying to tell you so that you can work on yourself, and then also taking notes about the environment around you as well. And then we have this Knight of Swords energy, which is like very decisive energy, like very direct communication. There's no negotiating with this energy. There's somebody here that wants you to move quick, move a certain way, be decisive, do it their way with this Emperor and the Knight of Swords. But someone is just like, I'm going to do things on my own pace. I'm going to listen to God. I'm going to look at my surroundings. I'm going to work on myself. The Temperance is about working on yourself, working internally. It's an integration energy. What's the advice for the full moon in Capricorn? We have guilt and clarity here. I wonder if someone feels guilty about being themselves, or just maybe someone did something in the past. I remember bringing up earlier, someone did something in the past and they're really hard on themselves about what they've done in the past. And I see you changing. So this is a confirmation that you are indeed changing, even though someone may be drama-filled or very direct with their communication, or they want you to walk a certain path, do things a certain way. What is the advice? Wow, we have Judgment. Y'all, I don't know who is judging, or I don't know who's being so harsh with you guys with this Emperor and the Knight of Swords. I see here somebody that is really trying to be genuine and intentional, working on themselves, but also presenting a love offer. But even your spirit team is saying, release that method, that route. The Judgment card with the Spirit guide is saying that God is working with you. Just like with this Hangman and Judgment, God is working with you. I would say the advice is like, don't lean on man. Don't lean on a human being to validate you, to vindicate you. Lean on God. Lean on God. Two more cards. God, y'all. There's a spirit team that is heavily guiding and directing you at this time. And it feels like they're guiding you and directing you away from whoever this Emperor and the Knight of Swords is. Look at this, man. This is the Star. This is healing energy. This is healing energy. Lean on God. God is working through somebody right now. And I'm telling you, they're literally telling you to guard your heart with the Four of Pentacles. And I see somebody with the Knight of Cups wanting to engage and entertain and be a part of this, but you're dealing with an Emperor, you're dealing with a Knight of Swords. Someone's very short, very dismissive, very cutthroat, like black and white. They don't see the gray. When you're in the Temperance energy and you're in the Hangman energy, God is talking to you every single day, working through you every single day. This person might not have the patience with the Knight of Swords to understand that, accept that, believe that you're changing. But this is why guilt needs to be released. I release any beliefs that no longer assist me in my soul's growth. Somebody is growing on a soul level. So don't hold yourself to the same standards that other people hold you. Hold yourself to what God is telling you. Carry yourself the way God sees you. I'm hearing like you're not faulted, you're not this, you're not that. One more. We have the Six of Wands. Guys, Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Both celebratory energy. God is going to, listen, I don't know who is judging, With the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands here, and there's a Chariot. You're going to do this on your own, boo. The Chariot is a very independent, and these are all celebratory success cards. You're going to have the victory at the end. God is going to bless you guys. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what this is, that someone may be insensitive to whatever it is that you're working through internally, especially with this Temperance card, because this could be someone that just doesn't have the capacity to understand what's going on an internal level, especially if you're the Knight of Cups that's been like doing all this healing work, just like this Star. Look how they're both carrying water. This is someone that's working on their sacral chakra. They're healing. This could be someone that's doing womb work. But you will have the victory at the end of the day with the Four of Wands and the Six of Wands. People will be celebrating you on the spiritual and physical realm. You guys will be overcoming something. And for some of you guys, this could be very public with this Chariot card and the Six of Wands. Cancer, Leo energy. We also have two Venus cards here. Two of Cups and the Four of Wands. This could be a couple that's going to be celebrating something publicly. Wow. Right now you're being advised to guard your heart, especially if someone makes you feel, or you feel guilty about something with someone or something like that. Look into where Capricorn is in your house placements. That's where you're going to see a lot of this energy in. Look into your natal placements where this moon is going to be conjunct those placements. I'm proud of you guys. I was going to say, I commend you guys for like still working on yourself despite like animosity, hostility, trauma, judgment, harshness, dismissiveness. This is why it's so important to guard your heart, guys, with the Four of Pentacles. And I can see why with the Five of Swords. There's always somebody watching over you or spying on you or condemning you. And you're trying to make it work with the Knight of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. But they're saying, release it. Just go back to working on yourself, okay? It's about you right now, all right? So, collective, that is your reading for the full moon in Capricorn. Thank you guys for chilling with me. Until next time, we'll see each other. Bye.